Hi, my name is John Thompson. I'm one of the Parkview School District board members, and I'm here today with Jen Bowers. We're here to talk about curriculum, a fun subject because that affects every student in the district. So, Jen, as a director for the district of technology and curriculum, can you just tell us a little bit about the types of technology that our staff and students, what are they using on a regular basis?
Sure. So we are one-to-one, which means each of our students has a device. Our kindergarten through second grade students have iPads, and our third through 12th grade students have Chromebooks. So each student is issued a device. Our teachers are all issued MacBooks. We have smart boards in the classroom, which are interactive display panels. A number of other document cameras, other things like that. Those are just the things that we see. There's a whole back end of things that we don't see. That's a part of technology. So that's what our students and staff use on a daily basis.
Yeah, a lot of infrastructure behind all that to keep all those things functioning right.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there is.
Yeah. So the operational referendum is asking the public to really restore several things, several support positions that were cut last referendum when it failed, and several new staffing positions. So what's the positive impact that you think these positions will have on our staff, and how does that really enhance what we can offer students?
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we have that are kind of on the table. One of those is a family and consumer science department, which we had several years ago, but we haven't been able to offer any of those courses recently. So we have some new culinary courses, there's some new business courses, some new ag courses, some new tech courses, really trying to get into those departments that students want more of, right?
Right. Okay. So the referendum is also asking the public to kind of support technology. You know, some of the things we've talked about is all these devices that we have and use. And the amount, I believe, is $200,000. What are we going to use that money for? Like, what are people, like if they came in here and said, how'd that really change things? What's that going to change?
Sure. Good question. Like I mentioned earlier, some of the things that we use every day, we don't see. We were supposed to replace all of our switches this year, which is part of the infrastructure of how our internet runs, right? And so that alone in of itself is about $80,000 to replace some switches. So that's what a big chunk of that is going to go to. We also, in 2019, went one-to-one with our devices. Well, that's about 5 years since we've done that. Devices don't last that long, and so some of that's going to replace some of the Chromebooks that only have about a 5-year lifespan. So that would be another grade level or 2 or 3 potentially of device replacements.
Yeah, I know. I saw a picture one time. Had an email discussion, and somebody sent back a picture of a Chromebook that was damaged that they've been using for weeks.
Yep.
So I know things get, they break down, they need replaced. All of us replace our stuff at home.
Right. Yep.
So it makes sense that we have to do it here. And just switches, $80,000. That's a lot of money.
Yep, and that's only one piece of infrastructure. We've got, access points and, networks and servers that all make our internet live, right?
Right. So the students can really do everything they need to do.
Right. A lot of the instructional resources now have gone digital. So we still have some textbooks around, and we still have, some hands-on things, but a lot of the articles or some of the textbooks are even online. Some of the resources are online. So when our internet goes down, it's like your internet goes down at home.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Kind of takes a little bit of a retraining to get back into the swing of things after we don't have it for a little bit.
Yeah, and I know even in my job, I have a lot of books on my shelf, but I find that I use my computer and the resources I can access there because it's so much easier. It's more productive for me.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So last year, our professional development budget, that was also reduced. The referendum's asking for that to be restored. Why is it necessary to even have a professional development budget? I mean, what does that do for the school? How does that help students?
Well, it helps students because it helps teachers. It helps teachers be better at their craft, be better at their profession by having them continuously learning and taking advantage of some of the next things that are out there in education, best practices. Karen Strant talked also a little bit about Act 20, which is the new state reading initiative. That comes with a lot of training requirements for our K-3 teachers. That's not being funded by the state. So a good chunk of that is going to go for that, support for that as well.
Yeah, I know that's hard for us when we get unfunded mandates from the state.
Absolutely.
We got to figure out where those dollars are coming from,
Yes.
and that's always part of the challenge of the school.
Absolutely.
To figure out how to pay for those things.
It is.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. And if you guys have any questions about any of this, like why we need internet switches or anything like that, talk to Dr. Anderson. Send him an email, give him a phone call. He'd be happy to answer all of your questions. Have a great day.